Hello, welcome to part 2 of my Christmas stream. Those of you watching the VOD anyway, because at the moment it's just me and Bobby here. Playing games on Christmas. Head on my lap. I really should have set up a kitty cam here. It doesn't look super comfortable because although she's on my lap, she's got her back up against the corner of the edge of the desk. But you know cats, they will make themselves comfortable wherever they can. The music is really nice. Even when playing normally, I tend to hang around on the title screen just a little bit. Just for that initial melody to go through. This one. Let's get to it. No, Poppy, stay. I wasn't saying get up. I was saying stop. Hey, be on stream. Well, you get a little bit of kitty cam there anyway. Window's not focused. Windows crashed. Indeed it has, perhaps. Wow. Maybe that's a bug. Never waited on the title screen that long. Maybe it's just because of my fun streaming setup. Okay, I can't even get my mouse cursor to click on the force quit button. So let's use X kill. Do I throw up a technical difficulty screen? I don't have a technical difficulty screen. To stop it through Steam. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up for the rest of the session. I don't want to have to restart the stream. So how's everyone's Christmas doing? Lots of family to visit? No more than 10 people? Limited number of 12-year-olds? It's under 12, isn't it? Game's coming back on. What's everyone eating? Have you had your Christmas lunches yet? I have not, but I have a suitably large number of mince pies to eat. Right then, take two. For those following along, at last stream we got up to the Royal Conservatory. We learned that Brianna Ashworth did some sort of weird ritual 3 years ago at Aramis Stilton's Manor. So our next lead is go to that place and figure out what happened. That means we go to the Dust District and then later on to the manor itself, which is the best mission in the whole game.
Megan is out in the city, but I'll explain.
I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker kept secure by a fancy lock made by Jindosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first. Through a ruin created by the Duke, where my father grew up.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Paolo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
You think they'll help me get into Aramis Stilton's home?
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Now in most runs...
Seeing this place and these people,
well,
I can feel my perspective
that's not
changing.
fair to say. I've had 3 runs, and I've sided alternately with Paolo, the Overseers, and neither of them. But either way, what I do is I prefer to just solve the Jindosh lock myself. So we're not reliant on any of them. However, for the purposes of streaming, that's not going to be as easy to do, because I don't want to stop the game and whip out my little Einstein riddle solving problem. So what we can do instead is side with one of those factions, or alternatively just take them both out. There's the non-lethal route, which is quite fun, where you knock both leaders out and ship them off to the mines.
What's that?
And in doing that, you can get what you need out of it. Trouble is, that's going to take a while.
Ready.
I'll get you as close as I can.
Because, I mean, ordinarily it would be a lot of sneaking around and carefully knocking out Overseer Byrne and Paolo and getting them to the place where you need to drop off the bodies. This particular playthrough, I've just been like, well, you know, if there's chaos and I alert the guards, just have to deal with it. No constant saving and reloading like I normally do. I suppose technically, all we really need to do is get the key from the Overseer's office.
Who was the man I'm after?
Take it to Paolo's
Stilton?
place and get the code from there.
Ally to the old Duke.
And we could leave
Loyal
Byrne and Paolo just to
smart. Stilton
have at
helped
it,
build
like I was
modern
never there.
Kanaka with those silver mines. Started as a miner and worked his way up until he was a prince of industry. But now the new Duke drives the mine crews night and day. Dust falls non-stop onto the district. What was once prosperous is now in ruins.
I suppose the Duke doesn't care, as long as he sips from silver cups.
And what are the cups at Dunwall Tower made from, Empress? In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District to reach Stilton's home. Maybe he's still in there, or maybe he's dead. Find Megan once you reach the Dust District. She'll tell you more. I'll wait here.
Ooh. We'll try this non-lethally to start with.
We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder. I'm sure it's nothing. Someone just heard a dog.
I get stuck out here. Tired of cleaning silver dust out of my ears.
Well, correctly, there's two up here, yeah.
Grand Palace. That's an assignment. All apples and slippers. You hear these damn...
Sometimes you just gotta wait for the patrol. Or the dust storm, which is a neat little gimmick of this level,
Dust from the mines.
where occasionally leave everyone in near pitch blackness and you can take people out very easily.
Someone there?
Oh, missed. Nice. The last session we got like one or two high chaos missions, but from then on I got back into my groove.
Wait,
And
I'll have a look over there.
yeah, you do that. And most of them have been low chaos, so we'll try and keep that going.
Better safe than sorry.
But at the end of the day, we're just having fun. We're not going for any particular achievements.
What?
Huh?
If we need to go kill a bunch of dudes, we will. Ah, rotten. Like I said last time,
What's going on?
one of the real achievement runs of this game, if you wanted to put such a masochistic thing in, would be play the whole game without ever accidentally eating rotten fruit.
Something feels wrong.
It would be impossible.
No, I'm sure.
It's a really nice view out here. It's a pity that, like, all of that area is not actually playable space. It would be fun to run along the rooftops.
The overseers won't just leave the district. And that...
Hi.
I've been doing reconnaissance. Talking to people. The overseers and the howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, The Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you had an idea.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage, and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them, and bring him to the other.
What else do you know that might help me?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I think this run we won't even bother trying to kill Paolo.
When the Duke falls,
Well, actually,
one of these
he's
groups
a bit of
can own
a shit.
Karnaca.
Maybe we should kill
Better
him
get
just
to know them now.
We don't have to hand him over to the Overseer. We'll try the stealth run and we'll just see what happens. There's a rune back here. Not that I'm really collecting runes, because this is New Game Plus, and I have a lot of them.
People are complaining about dust from the mines falling on the city. Yes. Ore is expensive.
Let's just check, actually. So we've got Time Stop, which is the best one. Far Reach. Domino. One thing I haven't really played with is Mesmerize. Don't quite have enough points to get the maxed out version of it. That doesn't matter, we can... Right, so this is the Jindosh lock. It's the big door to get through as part of the Dust District level. But it's nice because you can just solve it yourself.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
These two are trying to break through it,
Let's go.
but they seem to be a bit put off by my presence.
Came to see the infamous Jindosh lock, did you? Good luck with that. Impossible.
Not impossible, it's just a puzzle. And for those of you, if you're curious, you haven't played this game before, there's two rows of 5 tumblers, and one of these classic Einstein riddle puzzles where you've got to work out who was sitting in which seat, and so on and so forth. I built a little Perl script to go through the combinations for me and help me solve it. It wasn't completely automated at first.
Help thugs like the Howlers, or the Zealots from the Abbey. I just don't know.
It was mostly just a way for me to keep track of the logical implications of each sitting. So, anywhere past here is Howler territory, and they'll attack me on sight. But we don't want to go there first, we want to go to the Overseers first. Get the key to unlock the place that's there. But one thing that I've made somewhat of a tradition of, do before all of that, is robbing the black market. You go in here, I find, oh, there's Howlers.
What do you think you're doing?
They're shaking down the merchant.
The family
Yeah,
committee
yeah.
made sure that the bosses never got too greedy.
We'll wait for those guys to leave. And just because I think they're mean for shaking down shopkeepers like that, we'll do this. No one will see him here. That's fine. Now, shopping.
You wouldn't know anything about that shop that got hit, would you?
No. It's the one thing that we cannot rob
Let's
from
see.
the black
I
markets
have some
is the
upgrade
upgrades.
plans for your gear.
I'm very poor because I'm just kind of speeding through this. Not like a proper speed run, but just skipping through bits where I can. So we can't buy every single upgrade everywhere. We get extra bone charms. I mean, I'm not really using the bone charms much on this playthrough. I've got the 2 that's really good. Bolt capacity doesn't help except for regular bolts. Oh, make us know some room. That's useful.
We could do business.
And yes, stun mine charges. Stun mines offer.
You won't regret it. I shouldn't deal with strangers.
Thank you, good merchant. Oh. Shortly. So the way to rob this black market, there's a combination lock. Don't know the combination. Get the combination, we need to go through here, but the door is blocked. What we do is
Even the familiar parts of the city are starting.
go around to the alleyway. Find very carefully without setting off this trap. That, if you can see it on the stream, it might be a bit dark, is the wooden bar that's blocking that door. And how do you break a solid wooden bar? Why, of course. Fire a crossbow bolt at it. Makes perfect sense. Now you can go into the room above them, and I think the clue is on the table here. Whenever I feel sad, I look at our wedding silvergraph. What a special day that was. Yeah, it doesn't actually say it on there. Here's the silvergraph. Wed the month of rain, a love without refrain. Ah, so they were in the month of rain when they got married, huh? You look at the calendar here, and the month of rain has 12 circled. So, I believe that's either 412 for the month and the day, or maybe it might be 124. No, 412. Well, 4 and 1 are already set, so we're just going to spin this. And I'm already full up on those things. So I didn't need to rob this place. I mean, it's the principle of the thing, really. Very full up on things. Bone charm here, at least. It's not one that I'm looking for. Anything else? Got any cash? Now that's done with. Unfortunately, we've missed that recent dust cloud, which would have been helpful.
I've lived in this district for most of my life.
We're definitely going to be taking out some overseers, because there's a little execution that happens.
Abello, are you sure you know what you're doing? I studied field tactics with Brother Cardoza in the peninsula. The pirate crews there resort to these same dirty tricks. Seems like a good way to take a dart to the belly. Well, the Howlers aren't known for their caution, but these aren't too hard to deal with. If you've got a steady hand, and you know what cables to cut, you've got to do it just right. Wait a second.
So what we'll probably end up doing is using time stop so that we can take out the gun execution.
Please stop! Begging won't change anything. You stand accused of actions forbidden by the teachings of the Abbey of the Everyman. Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers in good standing, no trial is required. For theft of...
You know what?
What's going on here? What was that? What? Somebody's down!
Oh, I'm sorry.
One of us is down!
Oh dear. There goes my... I want to try and save him. They just had to run into the middle of my sword.
You're not supposed to be here! Stop! Rights over your surrender and die! Revenge! You aren't going anywhere! No!
I think he just shot his friend.
I smell it!
Okay, so this is going to be a high chaos mission, I think. Some civilian that just ran in the way. What happened to the other one? That one was already dead the first time. Could be another one somewhere. Probably cowering in a corner. Know what's good for them. Okay, never mind. Get the key. Leave Overseer Byrne alive.
Overseer hasn't shared his plans with me.
If we can.
He's upstairs now, so I assume we'll learn something before long. I'd wager it'll all be over.
Inside.
You know what the scriptures say about wagering, brother? The Howlers are merciless, and Paolo carries the outsider's blessing. Some talisman comes straight from the jaws of the void itself. Keep that in mind, or you'll find yourself bleeding out in some alley. Forgive me, Brother Mikos.
Maybe if I leave the rest of them alive, it'll still count as low chaos. It's percentage based after all, right? There's a lot of people on this
We
level.
will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions, so the others will not lose their way.
I didn't see the one coming through the window. She was quick.
The Howlers are cowards, brother. But we accounted for 6 of them.
I'm glad it's you in the end. If I
Actually, a painting up here I could grab for a bit of cash.
spend my last minutes with a true friend.
You honor me. I wish there was another way, but it's a gut one.
Burn. Stilton.
So this stalemate with the Howlers must be resolved. If we eliminate Paolo, there's no end to the influence we'll exert over Karnaca,
that would drag us
over
screaming
all
into
of
the night,
Serkonos.
never to return. Dozen overseers have died trying to bring Paolo down. We've struck him fatal injuries, and somehow he comes back
I
the next
could
day
just
to fight again. Whatever
make everyone here
even
unconscious.
the ancient music is ineffective.
But I do have time stop, and maybe I can just make a run for where I know the key is.
It's my fear that he has to be killed twice in one day.
And the Duke won't help?
The Duke is no friend of ours. He exiled me from the Grand Palace, and he's done everything possible to push the Abbey of the Everyman out of Serkonos. The look on his face when he dismissed me from court. There's something wrong with people who live in palaces for too long.
Bobby, what's the matter, baby? Oh, there's more dust. Not that it will affect us in here. Oops. Right, I have that power that makes a big impact when I land.
Our restrictions. What is going on here?
Well, they can't possibly see me, can they?
Nothing here. Let's see. Let's have a look around. Tones me. I will not give in.
Now how are we getting out? There should be plenty of windows we can open, actually. Probably could have opened the one in his office. There's one guy down there who mercifully killed his brother. Don't know if you can hear that on stream, but that is a hungry kitty. What you whinging about, Poppy? You've got biscuits. Yeah, okay, we'll go out the front door, I guess. Oops, didn't see me.
They will rise up alone, like a virulent swarm, devouring everything wherever they go. Alert, even filth.
This window, mate. Oh, it's barred. So now that we've got the key to a particular room in Paolo's place, we need to sneak into Paolo's place. Nice, I haven't gone up this one. Let me get to a place of safety, and then we shall deal with whatever the cat is grumbling about. Alright, where's my be right back card? Right, I shall be right back once I have dealt with this. And we're back. Sorry for the interruption. Kitty had needs, and I have attended to the needs. I've also got myself a drink. Alright, Poppy. She is, of course, in her mad run around the house like a crazy person stage. I'm only getting 20 frames per second according to OBS. It's not ideal, but what can you do? This is a pretty graphically intense game. I've turned it down a little bit from the defaults, but I am being a bit of a weirdo and playing via Steam Play on Linux. Sorry for that loud pop noise. That's my chair and the broken piece of plastic that I'm using. Actually, you know what it could be? When I out-tubbed out of it, feeling the low frame rate myself now. The game does not like being out-tubbed. Do I restart? We've reached a okay sort of pausing point anyway. Here. In? You've got to be kidding me. Okay, I don't think there's anyone watching at the moment, so we're just gonna really quick stop and restart the game. I need to make a technical difficulty screen, that's what I need. I'll leave my desktop showing. Anything there? It worked pretty well last time. Yesterday the stream went pretty smooth. But yesterday I got into the game and stayed in the game the whole time instead of having to switch and heads up. Enough water? Be right back. And we're back again. Sorry for all the creaky chair noises. Very professional streamer, you know. I have this whole studio set up. And we are back. So we've got the key. Go infiltrate Paolo's base. We could do it through the front door, but since we're here, we're actually very close to the back door. Take those out. They're not hostile to me at the moment, but they will be if I cross this line here. Which is time stoppage, but I rely on that a lot, and it takes a lot of mana to do. I wonder if the charm that makes actually, yeah, the charm that makes the pulling people towards you thing more silent actually comes with a drawback. It's one of those corrupted bone charms. I don't think I've got it yet, and I can't craft it myself. Have a quick look. 30 frames per second now, much better. Yeah, the only one we've got there is Armored Bones, which is not great. Oh, we've got an extra strong arms. Excellent. Let's use that. So what I've got here is I've crafted 4 of the strong arms already using the New Game Plus ones that I got. And now we've picked up a 5th one. This should make choking people out practically instantaneous. Shall we try it? I think if I pull that person towards me, she'll bang her head on the ceiling, but yeah. Whoops. Sorry. It's fine, everyone.
Where did you go?
That trap's already set off, isn't it? Yeah. This trap, I nearly stumbled into myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick drink of water, because I've also loaded up on the bone charm that gives me mana for water. Sneak in here where Paolo likes to torture his captives. And peek around. Though to do it without letting either of them onto my presence. Guy right there.
Strange times.
There's not usually a guy there.
Seems different somehow. This can't be.
Hi. Ignore me, coming through. Gods, I love time stop. It is such a crutch, but it's so useful. Anyway, this is the room we needed to be in if we wanted to get the code without dealing with either Paolo or the Overseer Burn. Happily, we don't have to write this down or remember it. It'll just give us a prompt when we get to the lock.
It's all connected. Once the Abbey's off our backs, I'll make it too expensive for the Duke to run the mines. The workers stop digging, the Duke will see that mines...
What's going on here?
Huh? Shit. What?
Hey, what happened?
Shit. What's going on here?
What happened here?
Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Through the window. Go. There. We'll steal some of his paintings.
Protect me!
This must be Paolo's place.
I need help!
In case you're wondering, Paolo's not one of those unhinged cultists who believe I will grant them favors if they leave a big enough offering or play just the right musical notes. He doesn't care a fig for me. But
Thanks, two of us.
he put up this shrine because he found the hand of an old witch I knew once. And Paolo saw right away that it pays to have an edge. Sometimes pieces of us linger long after we're gone. The Duke of Sarkonos.
This is the outsider basically explaining that somehow Paolo got the mummified, severed hand of Granny Rags, one of the antagonists from the first game, who also had the ability to practically be immortal, in that you kill her and she just turns into rats and reforms somewhere else. Paolo's version is limited to once per day. Which is why when I'm actually taking him out, I like to leave a landmine or a spring razor there. That's where he reforms, at his little altar that he's got. You can take him out instantly. Wait, I didn't want to... Ow. Fine, it's fine. Just ignore them anyway.
What's going on here? Wait,
Hey,
look! I
you!
think her hat is
Give us
worth
what you
a
got.
fortune.
If she's back.
Hey, you, come here. Help you look around.
Ow.
Cut you in half.
He'll do no such thing.
Let's see.
No, I wanted to... There. Troublesome people.
I'll kill you for that.
The frame rate is dying, or it's just the effect of the howl stuff. Funny how it never does it when I use those bottles. We're fine. Stealthy. We are like the night. Just move on to the next area, which is easily the best area in the game. So let's see. Lady Winslow. Diamond. Baroness Finch. Bird pendant. Countess Conti. The War Medal. Madame Nazio. And I think that's the stuffed in. And Dr. Marcola has the ring. We could have solved that ourselves.
It worked. The information
For the
was
sake of
correct.
streaming and just showing off the Dust District. We'll do it properly. Low chaos, despite killing a whole bunch of people. Nice. Wasn't exactly stealthy, but by virtue of not really like trying to 100% the level, we didn't interact with a lot of people, so overall it was, you know, less assaulty. Missed some blueprints, but that's fine because we have them all unlocked anyway with New Game Plus. Would have been nice for the money that they're worth. So, now we go to Aramis Stilton's house. And because of weird events that happened 3 years ago, you can't use any of your magical powers here. Which on my first playthrough was like, huh, so what? Because my first playthrough I was playing no powers. The gimmick here is that you get given this device that lets you both see into the past and visit the past if you want to.
About the places I'd visit.
So you're effectively playing two levels simultaneously. The present, where Stilton's house is ruined, and the past, where there's guards for the gathering that the enemies have been organizing.
I just want to put
And it's really neat, as you'll see, because you can use it to look into the past and see where the guard patrols are going
Delilah pulled herself up from tragedy
without actually being noticed yourself, and choose the point that you want to dip into the past to do things.
A coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her take my
You're kind of,
throne.
you know, watching these
She's
ghostly
made
people
herself immortal, and even
go
my
about their
father's
business
sword
of 3 years
couldn't end
ago.
her life.
It's a
I'm
lot of
going to
fun.
undo all she's done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish. Just a bit tighter. That's strange. I feel drained by this place.
Can't use powers. We can use crossbow bolts though. Could be Stilton.
The Duke is paying the Howlers to drop food for Stilton.
But the Duke's, like, he's not completely evil, I guess, because he's decided that he likes Stilton enough to keep him alive, even though he's crazy.
When no one keeps the rooms clean and dry, the house goes to rot.
Really fun thing here with the safe. We know where it is here in the future, in the present. We can go into the past and rob it.
I dreamed the Duke and I were hunting, but the deer had bases.
Oh dear. Hi.
Aramis Stilton?
Warm the quilts, will you? I feel...
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening.
This is one of the rare occasions where instead of you being pulled into the outsider's realm, the outsider comes and visits you. And I really wish there was a way to just kill him while he's here. Unfortunately, due to the time stop, I can't use weapons or anything.
The void is not exactly a place.
And I've tried setting mines up,
And it's much older and stranger than
but they only end up killing Stilton.
It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the void is leaking through.
So we just gotta wait for him to do his speech and give us the MacGuffin that is the gimmick of this level.
Even magic is perverted here. And things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine
It's
it's a
dangerous to
kind
go
of
in. Take this.
timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Like it's going to be cold tonight. There are whales down in the
So
mines.
here we are in his ruined,
Howling.
I don't know what you call this room, building of some sort. Flick this open and you can see where it was once bright and well maintained. Push F. Like
By the void.
And I'm back in time.
The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Windowbon.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
So we're now kind of locked in here.
The only way out of here is through the present, using this timepiece.
But in the present, this area is also walled off. And the little collectible around here somewhere. Here it is. In the present, it's also walled off. But you'll notice you can stand here and we're on the other side of the door in the past. As long as we don't get seen by guards,
How did I get so?
we can get through it that way. You can use this to see into the present while you're in the past, but I find it's usually not something I need to care about, because there's only a few enemies in the present.
Stilton's home was quite nice before whatever happened.
So let's see. We can go back. Go back to the ruined present. We'll rob that safe. Think. He's gonna go mad anyway. Not gonna need his fantastic wealth. And there's that. We really shouldn't be trying to scrounge for every last coin. Not the playthrough for that.
Stilton wasn't born to all this.
Now, what else we gotta do?
He started as a miner.
Mostly we've just got to get the code and witness the event from 3 years ago. There's a bunch of optional stuff which I usually do when I'm here. Like getting all the bone charms and what have you. But I'm trying to be a little speedier. So instead... Ah yes, in order to get to the back area of the house we have to go through the safe room. Got a safe. There might be another way around it, I'm not sure, but this is the way I know. That guard's gone. We can go back into the past, go through this door.
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Shall we do the puzzle with the lights? I think we could. As you can see here, in the past... No. Here in the past, everything's fine.
One night at the
I'm gonna get the key, actually. Let's get the key first. Here in the past, everything's... Here in the present, everything's ruined. And there's a hole in the ceiling. We'll use that later. But for now... There's this guard having a smoke. Left his key on the stool here. We'll just go under the table. Travel in time. Grab his stuff. And travel back. The perfect crime. Now we want to do the Chandelier Puzzle. I need to get back up there. Can we climb on this? You know what? Almost had that. Right, so, chandeliers. What we need to do is go into the past here and pull these levers. Which raises that chandelier. And I think this one as well.
They accept my transfer. I've got to get over to one of the other districts.
Which means that they now line up with how things look in the past. So I can do the platforming section in the... No, hang on. I keep thinking the past and the present. I get that mixed up. This one, we do the platforming. Listen to the cat scampering around. Then, climb up. But there's a lot of these little puzzles like this in this level, which are kind of cool. Reminds me a lot of the sort of things you'd find in Legend of Zelda with the Dark World. Or Chrono Trigger, kind of, with the various chests you can open in the past or the present, depending on what you want. Like, the whole level is a gimmick, but it's a cool one. So it's safe to go down here because there's no guards. And when we're around the corner... You sleep darts in here. Oh, I'm full up on sleep darts. Safe is locked in the past, but in the present day, it's been looted already. We can go in there. There's this statue in the way. We can't get through. What will we do?
I might be able to get around that. Going back into the past.
Yes, thank you, Emily. We had discovered that already. Go into the past, and we find that someone's hung the statue up like this. With one of these patented easy drop winch mechanisms. Let's loot the place. So if we destroy the statue in the past, there'll be no need to move it in the present. And sure enough, they just left it there. Wow. For 3 years? I suppose after the events of today, poor Stilton goes a little nuts. So there's no need to tidy anything up. I don't think there's much we can really loot around here. Downside of having this timepiece out is every time I try and loot and I misclick, it unfolds or folds the hand thing. There's a lot of little exposition around here that shows you Aramis Stilton's a pretty good guy, trying to build masks for his mine workers, insisting on workers' rights, that sort of thing. So the game developers are clever. They've put this little pouch here underneath the desk to force you to come and go and grab it. Reason for that is, in the present, someone's built this weird little shrine dealie, I don't know, part of the ceiling's caved in or something like that, around where the desk is. And the door is locked, and we would like to get into that room. And much like the bit at the start, we can do the same thing we did before. Get into the right position, travel through time. We're in this room now. This room has a bloodfly infestation. And in the past you can see that someone's got a dead wolfhound. And they just left it in this room, which is why. Here's the exposition. We can properly dispose of the body. Get rid of the blood flies. Oh wait, it's supposed to. I pushed the button thinking it would open the door. Wait. Am I full up on stun mines? Maybe I need to get the upgrade that lets me carry more. Here we go. Properly dispose of the body. And suddenly, bloodfly's gone. Why do we want to do that? We want to be able to see what the combination on the safe was. 238. So that in the past we can rob them. Leviathan's Breath. Not a great bone charm. It's one of those that lets you regain mana or something like that when you're underwater. And you are underwater in this game so very often. So let's see, we want to get to the back of the building. Might just sleep dart the hounds. One of them? That's not one. Hear that? Poppy said meow. What's the matter, Poppy? Shall we sit here and attend to your needs? Yeah? Alright, folks, I will be right back. What's the matter? Acting crazy. And we're back. Excuse me. Not sick, just a bit of a cough left over from when I was. So, we need to get to the back of the house to get to Aramis Stilton so that we can get his code off of him. And maybe save the lad from a lifetime of insanity. Place is pretty heavily guarded, but you know what? I'm just gonna go for it.
Anyway, I'm not the one who did the kissing.
On one of my playthroughs, I was very careful to not change the past.
You're done!
I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I can't time stop.
You look around.
It's the bone chance to work.
She's wounded. Let's finish her.
Oh. Well, that didn't go well. That's fine. We're not playing it perfectly. We're not meticulously quick saving and quick loading every time something doesn't go perfectly to plan. Doing this for fun, so people can hang out and watch my stream. That is my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Where am I? Did I not do this thing yet? We'll choose a different route this time. Not try and assault the guard's face first. They must have added some extra logic in there to let you easily put the corpse into the incinerator, because I don't believe for a second that it would be that easy to ragdoll the thing without it falling out. Okay. How am I doing this? I mean, I already know that the save doesn't have the bone charms I want on it. There's a little extra cash would be nice for upgrades later. Okay. That's what I should have done. Got darted the guards. I need to have one of those areas available to me anyway. Go upstairs. There's nest keepers and stuff, but take those out. Very judgmental. Do I have any incendiary? I do. I mean, you don't need it to get rid of blood flies, but it just feels right. Doing the world a favor getting rid of these bugs. Now, issue is, if we want to go into the past right now, there's a guard right here. Look at him. We can kind of go into the past because we can transition while we're standing on top of the nest. But when we do that, we're going to fall down and we won't be able to go back into the present immediately because there's this obstruction. So what I'd like to do, and there's these guards here.
Whatever happens seems to be centered at some focal point.
Office door. Ideally, I'd like to just take them all out. I need to come back here later anyway. Although it won't be the same version of this area. Yeah, we've got sleep darts. And we can choke people out.
Can't hear anything. It'd be easier if we could open the door and get closer.
Hey, where do you think you're going? What was that? Ah.
Much cleaner. Grab you so no one notices your body. Here's the combination we need to figure out. And we won't actually
the combination to Stilton's study.
Be going through it in this version of the past. I'm gonna save Aramis Stilton. Change the future, which is my present. And we'll be able to go through the door in present. And then, you know, weird time stuff happens. We get to see the event no matter which period of time we go through that door. I should have kept a sleep dart.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Gotta go get the code off of him anyway. Yeah, we wouldn't need to if I still had sleep darts, because I could just shoot him from here.
Aramis Stilton.
He never goes through the door, we go through the present. Yeah.
Of course I can read. What does he think?
One day, young Luca will go too far. May I live to see that day.
Is that my breath I'm smelling? Maybe my teeth are due for their monthly cleaning.
And that's why I love getting the Strong Arms Bone Charm 5 times. Because it's ridiculously overpowered. And I can't climb back up there, actually. But wait, I can if I go around a long way. No chain here at the moment. All good, we don't need to take all the guards out, we just need to take Stilton out. Pretty sure you can climb.
Now son is a disaster. Who are you? Why are you in my house? When the Duke
Did he notice
trusts me, I can finally rest easy. After tonight, it will all go well.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
Who's she to say I didn't deserve the
By
promotion?
rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past. But how?
479.
There's the notebook.
We shouldn't actually need it. Reason being, if we go back to the future, Marty. We see that it's not ruined and still quite well maintained, and there's servants. What's with that? Well, because he was never able to attend the meeting, he never saw the thing that drove him crazy, and he's totally fine. You can also get this, an equivalent version of the present, if you go outright and murder Stilton in the past, because apparently some other lord or duke buys his manor and tries to do it up a bit. But that's just cruel.
Whatever you need, I can't help you.
Yep. We go into his study in the present, the new alternate present, but we get immediately sucked into this weird place
Overseer Byrne.
where it's
If only
both
you
the
could see
present
this.
and the past.
You'd have nightmares.
I'm gonna put the sword away.
Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions. Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
Delilah puts her soul into the phylactery statue thing there.
Luca, you must lock it away.
And that's why she can't be killed.
Brianna, Luca, I will never
So our next mission is to find that
Wait. You
and
are hidden.
get her soul back.
I know who you are. I know when you are.
Ooh, and she can tell that we're watching her from the future.
And someday, I'll come for you.
Alright. Got everything we want. Changed the present slightly, meddling with time. I'm sure it's all fine. Glad they put this button here. And this is why you want to take the guards out, because no matter when you go into that place, you always exit in the past. but we can back to future. They've completed this nice little bit of extension to his house. Location sickness, not a great bone charm. And it's kind of cool, like, since he's got his wits about him, in this version of the present, he's arguing for better working conditions for the miners and things like that. I think that's it. This painting really weirds me out. Like, why would you have a painting of a room in someone's house? Like, I feel like I'm supposed to recognize this area from somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh, and the other good thing about changing the timelines is you can rob his safe twice.
Until I drop. There aren't enough coins in the world to make it worth it.
Coming through. That mission's over, and we now know everything we need to know. No more exposition required. Yep. Ta-da!
Look around you. A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again. It's where they made me.
This part of the void feels older.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the rooms only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it. You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
The world contains more mysteries than I imagined.
Right then.
Now to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff. after a very strange day. It'll mark a real victory.
We could talk to Luca past
What can I do for you? The family miners
bit of
clinic is here
exposition,
for everyone.
but he just bags us out anyway for being your empress. Not tending enough to the common folk. Breaking into people's houses and eating all their food.
I've heard that Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family committee.
Maybe no one else will even notice. But things have changed here. For the better.
My frame rate feels low, but OBS says I'm still getting 30.
The Duke will get what's coming to him, Megan. Leaders rise and fall.
And here we go.
You're back. That was quick.
Negan's got her arm back again. Celebrating by smoking. Don't eat your lungs as well, Negan.
Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself. But I guess you found
my
a place.
final lesson, perhaps. Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes. I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne. And I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go.
Okay, but that's to be expected. Not many people in there, and I think I only killed one accidentally. Two more missions to go.
Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, his birthplace, in order to build a lavish structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serconos.
Honestly, his house looks pretty cool. Very modern
Said to
design.
be a sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego and sense of princely entitlement. But whatever the Duke has done to his nation happened while I was Empress. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
So there's two objectives here. Deal with the Duke, and he's got a body double. And the fun thing to do is to set his body double up as the real Duke.
This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should
And
be at
getting
peace.
Delilah's soul involves breaking into his
too
vault.
long. Find Delilah's spirit.
There's a few ways to do that.
This cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
And we have to replace
You will.
Jessamine
Very soon.
with Delilah in the heart.
I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to go after the Duke.
That's right, they're up on
Another
top.
aristocratic boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same...
Any goodies for me?
And I were close. It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy.
Hi.
Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serconos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
Are you ready for this?
I've been inside a dozen castles and 100 mansions, and they're the same everywhere. The Duke's palace can't be anything worse than Lady Brisby's social afternoons.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do. I know things in Karnaca are fragile, and I've got a lot to think about after all this is done.
It's not widely known, but the Duke has a body double. The man is the spitting image of Luca. A likable fellow, and quite humble. I've no idea where they found him, but the Duke's double has spent years passing for the Duke. I suppose Luca always hoped his double would be there to take an assassin's bullet. Take care. I hope to see you again.
At some point we get the clue that the body double likes to smoke, and that's one of the things you can do to find out which is which. You can also use the heart on him. And I think there's also notes that the servants leave about who is to get food where during the party. But if you just stop and listen to him talk for a while, it's usually pretty obvious.
Ready.
So this is one of those big sprawling levels, and like we don't even start at the mansion itself. We have to start in part of the city nearby and work our way to him.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abel.
It's remarkable that people tolerate the Duke.
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall, full of toadies sucking up to me, stabbing each other in the back.
Poor Empress. I could see those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you grew up hard, Megan. I used to wander Dunwall with my face hidden, but when I got tired of it, I could always go back to the tower. Karnaca's given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
There's a whole bunch of things to do in this level. One of the things you can do is rob the contents of that boat, and if you leave it alone, the Grand Guard come along and confiscate it. And it's to do with also robbing the black market, so we kind of want to do that.
The guy that runs your shop is nervous.
Shit, you're...
Honestly, we don't seem to need these cases. Like, you try and loot stuff, but because you're pointing at the box itself, you close it. We don't really need a lot of loot at this point. We're near the end of the game. But we wouldn't mind getting through here so that we could get the special code word to get into the black market. Tradition, you know? So the way to do that is to get into a particular building out here. Main pavilion. Is that the right word? Pavilion?
Just once, I'd like to see her buy the drinks. Is that too much to ask?
You all right?
Let's see what you got.
Oh, you killed your friend, mate.
Die already.
Why would you do that?
I'll be wiping off your blood later.
Jeez. These guards. Oh, you lived. You're gonna wake up next to your friend, and your friend's gonna know what you did. So let's see. You could go around this way. Go this way.
Hey, you. I guess now I'm just another pile of trash.
Wait, no.
What?
Pay no attention, citizen. The Empress doing her empressly duties.
See? I told you.
Someone there?
No, nobody here but us Empresses. Here you go.
Hey, who are you? I don't want to die. What's going on here?
That sounded like
a body.
broken glass.
Here? Someone protect me. Help me. Someone. Anyone.
They're gonna raise the alarm. Let's see. There's stuff to get up here.
How did you do that?
There's bone charm here. Fading light. I don't remember what that one does. Far reach and blink consume no mana if used. No, we're not going to do that. So yep, let's get to the black market area. I love picking people up like that. Like when the game came out, people complained a lot about the far reach ability compared to Corvo's blink. It's harder to target and it's not instantaneous. And sure, just for getting around, it is a little fiddlier to use. Why does everyone lock their windows? But when you get the upgrade that lets you pull people towards you, it's amazing. The black market's out that way.
What's going on here?
There's a bunch of howlers there waiting for us. They've had all the shops being robbed lately. Deal with them. Why was the tower shooting? Shooting at us? Did I disturb the howlers and they ran out this way? Yeah, it's shooting down there. Well, that's weird. That's never happened before. Am I going to go down there and see a couple of howlers that have been obliterated? Anyway, yeah, let's take that guard tower out, because they are a nuisance. And on our way, we will get to the house we need to be in for the thing. That market.
The alarm? What's going on?
Get up there. You see, with Blink, you'd be able to get up there. I think with the double jump. Well, not what I wanted to do, but it's fine. It's fine.
What was that? Hey, where do you think you're going?
Ah.
I'm back here. You're dead.
Hup. There we go. It's tricky to pull off, especially now that my alt key is in a slightly different place. But these are the guards that were going to go heist the people that were getting the black market drop off. And yeah, if you wait long enough, they've pulled someone in and interrogated them and all that stuff. I've taken out the tower. I'll go down to street level and have a look at what they were shooting at. Yeah, because there's howlers here in this little barricaded up section. Howler, dead. Hopefully that doesn't count towards my kills. It's not my fault. Back up. If we look around here, that's where the black market is. There should be some people lurking, waiting to jump out at me. I take damage though. Oh, spiky thing. I don't think they're there anymore. I think the disturbance I caused in that room caused the people that were waiting to ambush me to not be there. Yep, they're gone. That person's still there, though. I've only got one sleep dart left. I'm a taste of their own medicine. And I think there's someone in here as well.
Real time to die, little girl.
Damn it, the black market guy's closed his doors.
I bet you've been living a soft life.
Hey, take a deep breath. I'm a quick.
Did you see that in the background? Shopkeeper carefully opening his shutters and then immediately shutting them again once he saw what was going on outside. Let's leave you in the fountain here. Or underneath it, whatever. While we wait for the shopkeeper to unlock again, there's a room down here we can grab. And frankly, outsider, I don't care. Just go away. Yay, open for business again. See if we can get some upgrades.
Shopkeepers don't stand a chance in this city. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, come in.
You can buy a silent grenade upgrade. Total stun mines. One of these should be for carrying. Memories of storage, but
There's always been blood flies. I just don't remember it being so many of them.
may as well get the bone charm upgrade.
A deal well made.
I miss the time when I could go to sleep without wondering if I'd wake up.
A pleasure to do business.
Now this one gets you a sniper crossbow basically. And this one in theory is cool because it lets you go through multiple enemies, but when are they actually ever lined up like that? Where's the upgrade that lets you target multiple people with the bolts? There's a fragmenting bolt upgrade?
I wish I could leave this city.
I hear yesterday was quite a night at the palace.
That's odd. I know it's a thing. There's some upgrade that you can use so that you can target 3 people simultaneously with a normal crossbow.
Get some money. How am I supposed to make a living around here? It's all the fuss.
Okay, we'll get this one. Perfect aim is nice.
Well, whatever it is, I got more important things to worry about.
Wonder if I just need to unlock everything crossbow related. Near the end of the game anyway, we don't need to.
I'm gonna trade in some
Much about the cash.
for a bottle of whiskey. Maybe try my luck at Dutch.
Or is it like a special blueprint that we've got to get?
You get the customers you deserve, I suppose.
So base this off my New Game Plus, New Game Plus, New Game Plus. So I should have everything. It's a mystery.
The prices reflect the exquisite. Perhaps I should close the shop until the dust settles.
Now we go back to the boat to get the code phrase.
Hey, open up. I got the code, but it's back on the boat.
No exceptions. Either you have the code, or I assume something's off.
Mm-hmm.
My boss's orders.
Damn, open this door.
You know you're wasting time.
Oh, I can't go through this gate without the other code. Fine. The way over it. Just gotta go the long way around. Look about key needed. Oh, that's right. You pickpocket the key off of the woman who owns the boat. Ah.
I ain't got enough to worry about. Now they say there's some.
It's fine. This is all great content for the stream. Remember to follow and subscribe, even though you can't actually subscribe to my channel yet. Maybe one day. Let's make things quicker and get the passcode.
You find yourself in the most reputable safe shop in Karnaca.
Yep, don't mind me. I'm just going to poke around in your...
Oh, sorry, but that's not an area for customers.
Cool, cool. Where you got the code from this guy? In the back? Yeah, it's in the back. 366.
Please, that part of the shop is off limits.
So, the lady has the boat key that we need. We could speedrun this and just go straight to Luca Bella's palace. I just like this game so much. I'll go
Let's
as
see
much as
what
possible.
this says.
This whole setup is a huge pain in the ass. Timing windows that ignore the tides, fake boat manifests, and private door codes. Might be easier just to play it straight. Pick up and deliver goods. Anyway, so I don't forget it. The code for the black market shop is Zirconin wine is better than Tivian prisons. Idiots.
So the thing is, you can go to that back door of the black market shop and say the code phrase to get in. And the lady who'd forgotten the code phrase doesn't even blink. She's like, oh, another person who apparently knows the code phrase. I guess that's fine. I'll just stay there, waiting, trying to remember what the code phrase is.
Zirconin wine is better than Tivian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right.
And the owner manages to open the door without looking at the door to realize that I'm not who I should be. And she doesn't notice anything's off either. It's fine. Just a game. And as usual, I don't actually need to loot very much. Oh, I don't want to pick up the disabled carriage rails because then I have to walk across them. Oof, my frame rate is dying for some reason. Yeah, don't bother trying to loot coins from the cash register. It is a fool's errand. You'll only end up closing the register again. Right, so we've done all that. We need to get past the wall of lights. It's pretty easy. And just turn the power off. Yeah, rewire it. Got plenty of rewire tools. You can also go through a house that's nearby that borders the checkpoint. Is what I usually do. Safe in there, I could have looted. It's fine. Speed. Not quite a speed run, this, but it's a lot faster than I usually do. That's having a chat.
You look pissed off.
Yeah, you...
Here is a super fun happy point that if you're playing the completely non-lethal run, where you can't kill anyone at all in the entire game, you can still do this. See, we startled him with the crossbow bolt, but it's his own fault that he fell into the water.
What?
We load pause there. We've turned the power off to the carriage rails, so we could have taken that carriage to get over here, but instead we'll just walk over.
There is another spirit here, beyond its cage of flesh.
The palace. Maybe I can find another way to neutralize the Duke.
You're not losing your nerve, I hope.
No, not at all. But how do you know which one is the Duke? I don't know where they found that guy with the political decoy job, but he looks and acts just like the Duke. I can't tell them apart.
There are subtle differences.
All right. Assuming you can pick out Duke Luca, how are we gonna get his key?
You leave that to me. Who knows what he's got in that vault? We'll be halfway to Bristol and rich before he's nursing the next day's hangover.
This is nice. Another rubber couple.
Good plan the way this place is run. You sure he'll...
Huh? What? Guards! Someone!
Why are you going to the guards?
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Okay, never mind. So much for subtlety. I do love the vaulting over things animation. For the sliding upstairs. Okay, it's going badly.
I've got just the thing for you. Hold still.
You think you're clever, huh?
Can't see it! Can't be!
Oh, that's right, I picked up the mesmerize skill at some point. I was going to try that out. Would you stop throwing things? I'm the only one that gets to throw things. Outside range. Oops. I'm sure he's fine. He hit the water. He's fine. Totally. He's just twitching and convulsing because of he's so happy in the water. Jeez, not again. We're just gonna lure every guard.
No way! I'll be damned! What the?
Now, I am dropping a bunch of these guards in the water here, and that's probably bad for their health.
You hide your face, coward! I've been fighting scum like you since I put on... That's not natural. Bad move!
Alright, let's try Mesmerize. Look at the thing! That looks pretty well, actually. Kind of weird looking thing. Mesmerizing me. Is there anyone else that wants a piece of this? No? Okay. Get back to our stealthy infiltration mission. So the deal with this is there's two dukes. We won't know which one is which until we get closer. But one of them is always in his bedroom. This is the right way. This is the right way. And he'll dismiss his guard. And then we'll figure out which one he is based on how he mumbles.
Pretending to sign papers each day.
Pretending, there you go. Also drink bath water.
More bad things have happened here in the last 5 years than in all the years of my life before that. You know that?
Leave me. I want to be alone with my thoughts.
So we looked out. This guy's definitely the body double. And we'll wait for the guard to leave. Oh, we could take the guard out. No, we need the guards later to deal with the real Duke.
Being put up on the scale like some prize bull each week, told to gain a pound or two to keep up with the good Duke.
Poor kid. Why do I always have to be right?
Where's the guard? Guard should be coming. Oh. Okay, this is fine.
Hey you, come here!
Look at this!
Let's see what you got! What? Shit, got a gunshot?
Frame rate has gone to hell, but this is fine. Fine. This actually is really easy mode, this mesmerize thing. I was thinking this was like the body double skill that you get, where there's like another copy of you that people attack. But this just sort of incapacitates everyone in an area. hopefully stashing them here in the bathhouse
Did you have trouble pretending to be that clown?
will be fine, and no one will notice them when later on the guards come to arrest the real Duke.
Waste my time with something like this. Wouldn't that be wasted? Why would they even bother me? It's not me. Of course it's them. Not me. Of course it's them. Why would it
Good
ever
here, man. One thing you can do is address the people through his own PA system. But we're not going to do that if we're going to switch the Duke. That would be weird. Hello.
No offer to bow or kiss my hand.
I could say the same.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
Listen, I think you're the Duke's body double. You can't have any love for the man.
The fun thing is,
I'm
if you
here
get
to
it
end
wrong
his
and
rule,
approach the
and
Duke,
I have an
the real
idea
Duke,
you
and
should
say, I think you're the Duke's body double,
You figured it out.
he plays
But if you're
along
not
for a
here
bit,
to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
but then he goes and calls the guards.
It occurs to me that you might make a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abel. If I wanted to depose him without having to slit his throat, do you think you could convince people that you're the Duke?
That's bold, I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abel, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the double's finally lost his mind, and believes he's the Duke. I've spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right. It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. We can undo the damage Duke Abel has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonos in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest.
Alrighty. A few locations the real Duke could be. And based on the handy clue, it looks like he's down in the throne room. Which is tricky. Because there's a arc pylon in there that will zap me. Going up this way. Oh, do we need to... Yeah.
It's not about merit. The inner circle is packed with the Duke's friends.
Rick Spittles. At least I'm not one of them.
Exactly. And think, all this fighting for thrones is settled. The Duke's going to need men to take charge in the Northern Isles. By this time next year, you could be in charge of
Actually, throne room should be that way if I'm looking at it right. So the real Duke is... I'm not sure if I've had him in that location before.
An entire shipment of well.
Something moved. If the old Duke could only see this. Wasteful expense, wanton flesh.
Someone right. What was it?
So much for subtlety. Oh, he was in Delilah's chambers.
Joke if you want to. Our new Duke spends more
Where
in
did she
one
go?
month than he spent in a year. Old Theodanis Abel was tight with the coin.
Why would we? When the war is done, we'll have it back tenfold in tribute. This
We'll probably get a And try more tube over here. Lightweight. Forget what that one does. I don't think it's one of the ones I really want to use. Anyway, all we need to do is grab Duke. And by picking it up, we should have looted his key as well. Don't see it on the ground anywhere. Just dump them on the bed here.
Watch.
That's it then. Now it's up to me. I'll take the medallion and call them.
I'll be watching. Break a leg.
Don't worry. I've spent years mimicking this asshole. Captain Almeida, come at once to my chambers. There's a problem. Quick, hide up there.
Your Eminence, are you all right?
Yes, Captain. Please arrest this clown. Seems that he took his role a little too seriously. Get your hands off me! He served me well for years. We'll never find anyone else who so bears my resemblance. Take him away, Captain.
I think they could have done this a bit better if they'd, you know, splashed some of the special aged whiskey all over him, put a bottle in his hand, made it look like he's been helping himself to the royal stash.
All those years pretending he was me. That eventually took its toll. No! Stop! I am the Duke of Serkonos! You can't do this!
One thing I did on my first playthrough was, after doing this and setting up the body double, I didn't want the original to live, so I went into the side room where they've got him and killed him anyway. That confused the game when it came to the ending. Because, you know, the ending gives you a bunch of little stories about what happens afterwards. And they were kind of contradictory. So, we've got, I think, the key. This is the Duke's amazing painting, by the way. We've got the key to the vault, which is down there. Main thing we need to do is disable the pylon that's on that as well. And there's a clockwork soldier or two. Again, useless.
It seems the Duke has some of the Jindosh clockwork soldiers.
Uncertainty. Oh shit. That was supposed to be a takedown attack. Why did it not?
Playback thought the machine has entered a catastrophic state. Okay, the machine something must have gone wrong.
Good. So yeah, we cannot go into that room as is. Cannot go into that room as is, because, as you'll see, there's an arc pylon that would zap people. I guess. No, I just didn't throw him far enough. We can deal with it if we blow up the power bit there. A well-placed grenade. I don't think that was well placed. But it's not like we're using grenades for anything else. Really? What about the sticky kind? There we go.
Let's see what Duke Bell keeps hidden away in here.
Now there's also clockwork soldiers inside, but they shouldn't be too difficult to deal with.
Combat Protocol 6.
Oh, hi.
Entering combat state. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear. Wooden housing breached.
The hell?
Increasing audio commencing.
If I had the upgraded pistol, I could take these out pretty easily. Anyway, I wanted to pick up the... I hear there's a little relic from his past. But it was on this floor. Is there another automaton down there?
This is the thing Ashworth made to hold Delilah's spirit.
I think we're fine. Yeah, here it is, little shrine. There's a big old story behind this broken gazelle ornament, in that it was used to kill Duke Bell's brother, and
It's a decorative animal.
Billy, our friend Billy, was involved. Look at all this gold that he's got. Way more than the royal treasury had. Take some. Wait, exit here? Okay. I'm just gonna get a bone charm that I know is through this room, just in case it's something useful. This is their secret planning room, where they've got a similar thing that we've got on the boat. Leech cuts. Not super important.
Delilah Copperspoon.
Yeah, never mind. We'll just grab her soul.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then will you be able to track Delilah's spirit.
I don't know how I can do this. You were all I ever wanted.
I stayed as long as I could, trying to guide you. The world is better for your influence.
Be at peace, Mother. I will honor you, always.
I love you. And this is the final thought I carry into my veins.
So it's done. Now to take Delilah's soul back to Delila.
The heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
I wonder if it was even really alive.
So the fun thing now is we've got Delilah's spirit and heart, and you can squeeze it to make her say stuff.
Faded into nothing.
She only has mean things to say though.
Peace.
And she doesn't give you information about NPCs if you point it at her. Now,
There. Now to wait.
Megan says she saw the signal and comes over here. The thing is, right, I never set any signal off. I don't know what signal she saw. I think it's just dialogue that they must have had some other system of setting a light on or something. What signal?
So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
From now on, the Duke will be guided by better stars.
Back to the dreadful whale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
Yes, at long last. To take back the throne, and find a way to save my father.
Ready, then?
Let's set out.
Last mission.
Right. As you want.
Chaos. 40 detections because of that little incident at the front of the palace. But only 4 people killed. It's fine. No paintings, no blueprints, but it's fine. We've got enough money that we've upgraded the things we wanted. And another black market heist. That's the important thing. I do recommend picking up this game, anyone who wants to play it, even after watching the stream. There's so much to each of the levels that I've just skipped past. And so many different playstyles you can do.
I grew up with this broken skyline. The muted colors and the way the light falls. It's Dunwall, but it's not. Have I changed?
And now we go back to the start, and we basically do that first level in reverse.
Scheme you've got underway now, Delilah. You were smart when you stole this place from me. You knew who among my people to corrupt, and you took away my strongest ally, my father. But you didn't know me. You only saw a sheltered princess. You never thought I'd fight back. You don't know me, Delilah, but you will.
This campaign has been conducted with far more restraint than I would have expected.
If he'd gone high chaos, he wouldn't be saying that. He'd be chastising you for killing so many people. And amazingly, at this point in the game,
remarkable what Delilah's accomplished.
You can actually kill
Sokolov
and
taking the throne.
Megan. They've got dialogue for it. Emily, why? I won't do it now because it's just cruel.
At least the situation with the Duke is behind
I think the painting changes as well. If you've been high chaos, it's bloodied a bit like the ending means for each mission.
You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight. And Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I've told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
It's probably too late to dwell on regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
This is Megan's cabin. I need her key.
Megan is waiting.
If I had father so long ago. any of this have happened. Hey, there you are. I wanted a chance to talk.
And confess? Got something you want to get off your chest? Megan?
Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
Everyone's full of secrets. Why do I feel like you've got more to say?
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
Whatever it is, spit it out.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, we were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill my mother?
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
So you can just choose to take her out.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did. But suffering has a way of twisting people.
We'll
You're
take
a
the high
different woman
road
today
for
than
this
you
one.
were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did. Or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it. But neither will I.
I hope not. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here.
Not before I pick up your key and go take some bone charms from your secret room. Bam. And your who's changed. Deep grave, don't care, tricky timing. Actually, deep grave is one of those, I think, that lets you deal with some of the wolfhounds, the gravehounds. Slight chance that gravehounds are destroyed at one point. Well, we will be encountering gravehounds soon, so we may as well equip it. And let's go with... I think even if we're really quick to get back up here, Billy Lurk is gone. No, she's not. She's still here. Could just take her out right now. But whatever. Need her alive for the DLC.
If old Samuel could see me now.
Can't quite shake this cough. It's annoying. It's not COVID, it's fine. It's just a nasty cold I had, and I never do properly shake them for a few days afterwards.
Take me to Dunwall Tower. Bring me back to the cage of my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let your mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it, little girl. Your father was born a nobody. I inhabit your mother's heart, and my body walks the halls of your crumbling palace and sleeps between your sheets.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
Right. First things first, market robbing. This one. Take out the gravehounds, I mean the wolfhounds first. That will help me, honestly. One thing I've done in the past is actually that witch is singing through a microphone way up on the top of the building.
Hard times in Dunwall with the new Empress and her crew taking over.
You can get up there quickly enough and take them out. Probably go up there anyway because I want to make an announcement to the people.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
Wait, first actually do, like, you need to buy key to the armory, I think. I'm pretty sure you need to buy this key, then get to the armory in order to get another key that you use to open the gate downstairs.
I'll take that deal. Come back next time you need something.
Yeah, I've got no money for it.
Welcome back.
One thing?
Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
I wish I knew what the deal was with that crossbow thing. Was it
I don't know how
bone
long
charm?
Dunwall is going to stand.
It wouldn't be a bone charm, it's like a fragmenting bolt dealy. And these are like enable black market shops to sell things is completely useless for the last mission. Reach reserves down. I feel like it should be on this page. You need to be able to afford that one.
Maybe you're lucky next time.
Maybe. Note here that explains it. Warehouse key. Oh, that was it. It's actually in an alleyway and I didn't need to buy that key at all.
I used to go and pray at the Abbey, but I haven't seen a single
Fine, it's fine. We'll just use our magic powers to climb up things. Was it this side? alleyway next door. I could say hello to the person who runs the newspaper at least. He should be grateful.
Your Majesty, you're alive. It's been almost 2 months, hasn't it?
I've been down in Karnaca trying to figure out how all this happened, with Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos.
And were you successful? Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to retake my throne and find a way to help my father.
That's the best news I've heard in a long while. You'll have my support. Whatever you need, just ask.
Once it's safe, just tell the public what happened. If I come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an interview.
Problem again. Yeah. So we go down to the alleyway, get the key, rob the black market real quick. Location of this key drove me crazy because I didn't notice that note the first time around. Oh, right.
I take a risk.
Good to see you again.
I definitely can't buy that
Ah.
last.
You want blueprints for better weaponry.
Deep Howl, Ancient Howl. Causes witches to flee or causes wolfhounds to flee.
You won't regret it.
I swear there was one last upgrade you could get, or some other way.
My door's always open.
The door is not always open. I need the key to open the door. And you're not even the original merchant anyway. You're just holding the place. Your friends come and rob it. So really, I'm stealing from thieves, and it's... And somehow I doubt that I'm gonna have room in my inventory to pick up any of these anyway. I think that's a good thing. Right. Open the bolt.
That's a shame.
The shame that she's referring to is these people got strung up. I'm going to rob this guy again. Almost got me. Doesn't have anything in his safe at this point. Do it anyway, just for the achievement. So one way we can get into the palace fairly discreetly is this way. through the canals, and then climb up the side. Ah, yes, the water section. Time to equip all my water-related bone charms. Water section over. Now there's a bunch of witches and the gravehounds are everywhere, and I normally methodically take them all out and loot the place, but really we just need to get inside, so let's do that. There is a
This must be
bunch on
Delilah's doing.
that way that we could get out.
Precious copper, cyan leads to dreams improper. Four hands sift and four hands blend, make the pigments block the wind.
So these ladies
Fingers
are
stain
making
blue
pigments
and
for
blush,
Delilah's paintings.
conjure rainbows for her brush.
Let's use Domino
Pig's placenta, rind and wash, rich magenta.
and link them all up.
Two hands sift and two hands blend, make the pigments block the wind. Fingers stain blue and blush, conjure rainbows for her brush. Shade and hue, big and
Oh,
crush
balls.
and mix, eyelid.
8 hands sift and 8 hands
Still linked.
blend.
I can still trick them all out.
I'll find you,
But for
I
this one,
swear.
and in theory, if we get rid of Delilah, they'll also revert to being normal humans again. I think. Unnerving target. I think that just makes people miss you more often. Which is sweet, but they're not going to miss me that much. That's a gravehound, I think, so we're totally okay to kill it. Oops. And we are in. Now, inside the tower, you're supposed to go down to the basement and reactivate the power so that the elevator works again, so that you can take the elevator up to the throne room floor. And we could have tried going in the back way that we escaped from, but that's all walled off by now. But what we're gonna do is use the secret passage. Goes straight to the throne room. That if you played Dishonored 1, you might know it was there, because it had a secret inside. This strength upgrade is fun. Read the note just to learn that we need to...
To restore power to the elevator, I'll have to reach the security room.
We don't have to.
Overseer Chapel.
I can use the elevator to reach Delilah up in the throne room.
Now this totally got me the first time. They've strung up an overseer there, and he's got bone charms on him. I was like, ooh, goody, bone charms. That right there is one of those Gravehound types that we need to get rid of.
The High Overseer.
Clumsy Assassin, Lucky Needle. Oh, Lucky Needle's a good one. That lets me recover the sleep darts that I don't use. It's a pity that you get it right at the end of the game at this one. It's nicer to have it earlier on. No more Gravehounds now, really. Fact. So we need to get up to the top floor and then into the secret room. Can I get up to there? Definitely possible. Okay, I'm sure there's a better way. Let's go up onto that chandelier. Chambers?
It makes me furious seeing the tower like this.
Money? That's completely useless at this point in the game. Now, I believe there's a witch standing guard just outside here, yeah. Just, grab you. Go to sleep. And then this one should notice that her companion is missing. Whatever. Oh, right, they teleport. Can't just use the pull technique on them. Cool.
Enemy evade. Successful.
Cool, we managed to reprogram this one.
Increasing oil tank temperature.
Good. We good. So the secret passage is here in this fireplace. You move this lamp.
Mother's old secret
Nearly there. Just got to take out Delilah. There is a non-lethal route where you build a corrupt bone charm and you trap her in her own painting and all that. But Delilah doesn't deserve it. And it's quicker just to take her out. The only annoying thing is, though, that we've approached this in a way that I think shouldn't warn Delilah that we're coming. We could have announced our presence and gone to talk with the statues.
And die at my hands.
And taunted her like, hey, coming to get you. We didn't do that, so she should be unaware of us approaching and just busy painting in the
witches looted everything. Everything's gone.
In the safe room.
Whoa.
This is where if we'd done the non-lethal route with Ramsey, he'd be here as a statue on this very spot. So yeah, Delilah should be just happily painting away. Right, there's a few more. These guys. And the annoying thing about it is that, I mean, if she's ready for you, then she's just sitting on the throne waiting for you to arrive. No, I don't care. But when she's painting, in theory, it looks like you could creep around and get the drop on her and just assassinate her normally. The thing is, of course, that you have to use the heart to restore the soul before you do that. Crossbow bolts. I've never been out of crossbow bolts. So no matter what, you have to use the heart to zap her soul back into her. And that is enough of a drastic action that she becomes aware of your presence. There's no way to completely get her without her noticing you. Which is odd then, that there's the whole stealth playthrough which requires you to not be seen.
Brianna made worthless to me. Such a tragedy.
So initially I went and crept all the way up there and restored her soul down and everything like that. But it's kind of pointless because you have to do this cutscene. Where she knocks you down and taunts you into joining her in her painting world.
And I will show you my vision.
I suppose in theory she's of sound mind.
What has Delilah done to my throne?
Strategically speaking, if she goes into the painting, she controls that world, so she's got a tactical advantage. But I have a tactical advantage of knowing where she is.
This is the world she dreams about.
Got all these lone sycophants. You'll see over there. Oh, she's on the throne, yeah. But then you see around her, that one there is also Delilah. And there's 4 other clones lurking, waiting to jump out at you. The trick is, none of them are the real Delilah. The real Delilah He's hiding up here. Surprise!
You caused too much suffering to live, Delilah.
This is where you would put her for the non-lethal route. You'd set up these to be all corrupting and stuff. And I think in some cases, yeah, if you're Corvo, you can choose to not revive Emily and just take the throne for yourself. I don't think Emily gets the same option. Father-o! Stephen Russell, come back to me.
Father?
Emily, what happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
But let's not sit down on the throne, let's occupy it. Alright. Low chaos, game over. That's it. We'll let the title, we'll let the credits run. Black Market Heist, good. Thank you those who have joined me and haven't been counted on the little counter or haven't had the opportunity to chat because you don't have an account. Thanks to Wob for just saying hi. And thanks for anyone who wants to watch the VOD later.
And so a man born with the face of the Duke took his seat in Karnaca, ruling with empathy for those not born in a palace.
Even without a huge audience and millions of followers,
People were surprised by this.
it's still fun to do this
but did not question their
on
good
Christmas
fortune.
as a way to just share a bit of my
In
time
Dunwall,
with everyone.
with the death of Delilah Copperspoon, her coven lost its power, and their short-lived coup came to an end. The rightful empress returned to the throne and began extinguishing the fires across her city. So it was that Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, would fulfill her destiny, ruling for decades over a mended empire with Corvo Attano at her side. In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he headed to the cold north, contented at last, on a final voyage to take him home. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
Setting up for the DLC. I think if there's a number of people watching and chatting in chat right now, I could go for a bit more and we could play a different game or something like that. But this is a good place to end it. I can give the cat some much needed attention. Enjoy some mince pies.
Sharing grapes from Pulero when you were the only one.
And catch up with everyone on the socials. As far as Christmases go, it's not bad. The weather's nice. Can't have huge parties, but I wasn't much of a huge partier anyway, was I? having the stream open, yeah, it's nice. And again, like if you're watching the VOD right now and want more, leave me a message. Say you enjoyed it. I've been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous lately, and I do occasionally stream that. I have no schedule whatsoever, but give me a follow and you'll get notified if I happen to go live. Elite Dangerous is a lot more of a casual streaming experience where I might go online and maybe some of the other players of Coding Mama's group would join me. I don't stream that one every time because unlike Dishonored 2, there's a lot of just waiting around, a lot of dead air to fill. At least with Dishonored 2 you can follow along in the game even if I don't have anything clever to say right now. There's also some old DOS games I want to play on stream. That would be fun. I loaded up Tyrion 2000 the other day, and amusingly it has a Christmas mode. It detected that it was around Christmas time, and it changes all the laser blasts to candy canes. Alright, ending the stream now. Thanks everyone for watching. That's most of the credits done. Really need a hotkey to take it to the stream ended card. Thanks everyone for watching, those that did. Maybe catch me next time.